Good morning, everyone. I'm in charge of the business analysis team. My name is Hyun-joon, and Min-soo Kim, the vice president of CJ Logistics. He's not feeling well today, so I would like to ask for your kind understanding. And again, I would like to kindly ask you to understand for me that I do not have much time to prepare for this presentation. I would like to briefly explain to you about the history of CJ Logistics and currently what changes are there in the logistics industry, especially focusing on the examples of our business. As you know, CJ Logistics was first established as a Joseon rice grain warehouse. So it is not too much to say that we are the origin of Korean logistics back in the 1930s. And also we established CJGLS between 1998 to 2012. So by combining the two, now we became one, CJ Logistics, till now. Not only in Korea, but also in order to become the top-tier company in the world, so we are making our most efforts in providing logistics service. And many of you probably know that we only deliver the logistics, but we do not only deliver parcels, but we are more like a comprehensive logistics service. For example, focusing on third-party logistics business, we deliver parcels, and also we do business related to fulfillment, especially in the e-commerce industry, and also we are dealing with the forwarding in the port business as well. And also we are in charge of project logistics between different countries. And moving on, I would like to further elaborate about the changes in the logistics. When I joined the CJ Logistics back then, the logistics industry was very much labor intensive. So when we put lots of manpower, then we perceived that the parcels will be delivered on time. But as the minimum wage increases, and as the distribution companies are penetrating into the logistics industry, we suffered a lack of manpower. And there's a company, for example, Coupang and also Amazon. I'm sure you are very familiar with on-time and on-day delivery, the same-day delivery. We call it fast or rocket delivery. And for example, according to a different time zone, you can receive your parcels anytime you want. And coming under the pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, the need for diversified delivery is ever more increasing. And also the competition in the e-commerce industry is fiercing. So in the US, for example, there are companies not only dealing with the logistics, but also a distribution, delivering their parcels on time. And the Coupang is literally occupying all of the e-commerce industry. And again, competition among the parties inside industry is getting fearsome. So the change of the industry is huge in terms of the structure. So the logistics company like us, we need to survive, right? And I think digital transformation is what we have been witnessing in this industry to survive. In order to survive in this transitional period, we are applying robot automation, AI, big data intelligence, digital twin optimization, and also IT platform for logistics. And let me move on to the cases in the past and also present regarding automation using robots. As I mentioned, a lack of labor is serious in the logistics industry. So robots are there to replace manpower. And there's a place called smart centers, which is fulfillment centers, and AGB is introduced according to the characteristics of the cargoes. And please look at the photo at the bottom on your left-hand side. That is the GDP center. So as you can see, the grid robots are moving, and it is packaging many different products according to the characteristics of the product. Next, let me move on to the cases using AI and big data and logistics. The first case is related to data management. So at the end of the day, IT system is like a backbone, and data is fragmented, and also all the fragmented data is integrated at the AI and also big data platform. And then again, the data is used to provide support for decision making process, and we are trying to visualize. We are trying to make this data available to the decision makers. So, for example, using dashboard or either on the web. And let me move on to the parcel volume forecasting. Unlike the e-commerce industry, normally from the shipper warehouse, so that the product needs to go through many different processes. According to the parcel volume, then different plan needs to be established. In the past, it was all done manually, so the people only had to rely on their experiences, and that led to excessive cost, and sometimes even parcels was not delivered on time. But here in CJ Logistics, we suggest a parcel volume estimates so that precise plan can be established in advance. And of course, the parcels is never flat. It has great fluctuations. So by week and also by month, we give the people on field the parcel volume forecasting, even to include the parcel volume forecasting for next coming years, so that people at the field can establish long-term plans. So this is a parcel volume forecasting trend. You can see the actual volume and forecasting. The two lines are aligned with one another. This is a very small example of what we do. And the parcel volume forecasting always changes. So just please look at it as one example. So alignment is there, is what I'm trying to tell you. And I told you there's fulfillment centers which help us to predict the order and shipment forecasting. So we have to know the order being placed so that we can dispatch manpower. And then from the centers, they can establish a plan for the day and for the week. So this is one of the areas that CJ Logistics is making a lot of efforts. And it needs to be precisely forecasted, so which is very tricky for us as well. And next one is dynamic pricing. You might ask why logistics company needs dynamic pricing. We need it for example, sellers, not C customer, the very end customers. In the B2B business, this is more like a customized pricing. And for example, the size of the product, it depends on the size of the product. You can easily understand the burden on the drivers or the person who deliver. And remote areas, of course, it is difficult to deliver, and also the area where densely populated or the areas with the high concentration of apartments. We are making efforts to really customize the price and the cost of the product to be delivered, dependent upon the characteristics of the areas. And Seoul, Incheon, or Chungju areas, we try to identify the difficulty in delivery, dependent on different areas. So considering the hardship or the difficulty in delivery, we try to come up with the ideal price or the cost of the delivery this way. As you can see from your left-hand side, this is what a photo taken at sub-terminal, and you can see there's a red light flickering. That is called ITS equipment. So what it does, it captures the image, like what you see on your right-hand side. So it gives us information, the product which is going through the ITS. So it can tell us whether it is tissues or water, or this is like the laundry sachet, so the customers will be able to know what products are being handled. So we use this for categorization of a product, which is not very easy. So we can tell you that the precision rate is quite high. For example, tissues and also water, all of which are big volumes. And as we deal with large volume of cargoes, there are many cases where the cargoes go missing, but it is very difficult for us to track where it has gone missing. So if that is the case, then maybe we need to take photos of the product, and maybe you need to use the OCR technology or image classification technology, so that at least we can predict, or we can track the whereabouts of those missing cargoes. So the project is on the way. So customers will be able to know where their products have gone missing. And let me share with you one more example. This is called middle mile optimization technology. So from the very beginning, for example, uploading to unloading, so in the middle is called the middle mile. So about the movement of the 11.5 ton of our truck, we are trying to analyze on how we can deliver the product the same day. So we are designing mid-mile network to enhance the efficiency of delivery. Let me conclude. So As you can see from the left-hand side, by creating virtuous cycle, we can create valuable data, all of which contribute to the further enhancement and also advancement of our business. So data is very important, especially meaningful data. Without having meaningful data being accumulated, we cannot do anything. When it comes to logistics or data, the drivers can check the situation on a road in real time, and also there are so many data that mostly consumed our products by Koreans. So when we use all these meaningful data, then we will become faster in applying AI into the industry. So then the downside is that it can raise questions about privacy, because this produce so much individual data. But as long as we get hold of the secure data, they will be further refine and advance our business and logistics industry. Thank you so much.